This is the complete guide on what causes shin splints and how to get rid of them fast. We're going to uncover 3 different types of shin splints, what causes them, how to best manage them, and we'll finish up with our favorite stretches for shin splints to get you out of pain fast. Hey, it's Dane here from Lift Physio, where we help you overcome injury and maximize your performance. If you're seeing value in this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It makes a huge difference. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let's get stuck in. Now, as we go through, make sure to let me know what your favorite exercise for shin splints is and why. It might be one that we cover, or it might be one of your own. So whether you agree with me or not, I'd love to know your thoughts. Shin splints is a condition that affects many running and jumping athletes. But did you know that not all shin splints are the same? And in fact, there are actually 3 different types of shin splints that we commonly see. Here is how to differentiate between the 3 different types of shin splints before we get into how to get out of shin splint pain fast. The first is what we call medial tibial stress syndrome. This is the classic type of shin splint pain, which commonly presents as pain on the inside edge of your shin bone called the tibia. And this is where the muscles at the front of your shin attach. In this type of shin splints, those muscles that join onto that shin bone pull against the attachment site. This could be due to tightness, overuse, or perhaps even an inefficient running technique or other biomechanical factors. And the area of bone where these muscles attach to become irritated, inflamed, and painful. The second type of shin splints is called compartment syndrome. When we run, there is increased blood flow to the working muscles in the legs. This increased blood flow makes the muscles in your legs expand. However, these muscles are surrounded by a layer of connective tissue called fascia, and these fascia make up compartments. This means that the muscles can only expand so far because they're restricted by the fascia that surrounds them. And if they expand too much, then they start to take up all of the available space in the compartments created by the fascia. And this increased pressure leads to pain, as well as potentially pins and needles and numbness in the leg. Normally, after a minute or 2 of rest, the blood flow moves back out of the muscles, reducing the pressure, and the pain normally subsides almost immediately. The third type of shin splints is a progression of medial tibial stress syndrome, and this is where the repetitive micro trauma through the bone starts to develop a stress fracture in the tibia. This is normally very painful and is characterized by extreme tenderness to touch the bone in the front of the leg. This is serious and needs to be properly addressed, normally by a period of rest to allow the bone to heal. Okay, so summary time before we get into how to get out of shin splint pain fast. There are 3 different types of shin splints. These are medial tibial stress syndrome, compartment syndrome, and tibial stress fractures. Okay, so now that we know that there can be many different causes for what we call shin splints, then it makes sense that the fix will depend on the type of shin splints that you have. For example, if you have medial tibial stress syndrome, then you might benefit from a running or biomechanical analysis to help uncover factors that will help reduce the load on your shin bone. There are also some stretches that you can do that we'll share with you in a moment. If you have a tibial stress fracture, then this is serious and may require a period of rest to help that bone heal and recover. That might mean some time away from running or netball or whatever activity it is that has caused this pain to begin with. And the same goes for compartment syndrome, where the fix is all about reducing the pressure in the compartments that are causing your pain. Here are a couple of exercises that you can try to help reduce the tension in the muscles in the front of your legs. Okay, so the first stretch that we're going to do for the shin splints is with a little ball. So we need a firm ball or a spiky ball, and we're going to use this to release the muscles down the front of our shins. So all we're going to do is get the ball, put it on those muscles in the front of your shins there, place that on the floor, and we're just going to roll up and down on it like that to try to release all of those tight muscles through the front of our shins. And so you might find this one pretty painful, especially if those muscles are really tight. But try to bear with it as best as you can, okay? And you can spend a minute or 2 on that at a time. So that's your first little exercise, just a release with a firm ball. The next one that we're gonna do is with a foam roller, but we're gonna actually use it to stretch those muscles out. So what we're gonna do is actually put your feet on the roller behind you, just the front of your feet, right down near where your toes are. And then from there, we're just gonna sit back on our heels, keeping your feet nice and straight. And you should feel that stretching out all of the tight muscles through the front of your shins. So the position that you want to sit back into is as far back as you can go until you feel a comfortable stretch down those muscles in the front of your shins. And you can hold this for 45 seconds to a minute at a time. So there's your second exercise. It's a stretch with a foam roller. So there we have it. We've covered the 3 different types of shin splints, as well as how to get rid of them based on the type of shin splint that you're experiencing, and some stretches to help you loosen up all those tight muscles in the front of your shins and get out of shin splint pain fast. If you found this video helpful, make sure you like and subscribe so that you see more videos like this in the future. I'll see you in the next one.